Yeah.
Saga is an human being. He was a good friend to me. He cared about me. He would encourage me. He was one of the persons that did not even make me miss my family so much because we always had the greatest conversation and the best one. And it was one person I actually connected with in the house, so we could have conversation for hours without me being bored. And it wasn't forced. It was effortless. And I cared about him too. I had his back. He had my back. And it was just friendship. Nothing was forced. I think he handled it better because I thought he'd be speaking to the entire housemate and then they would need to console him. But he was just on his own, chopping and being sad. I was even at a point when I saw him eating two mwemwe. I said, this boy, you're eating my mwemwe and your mwemwe. And he said, you're sad. I was looking like this. In the afternoon, carried yam and egg. In the night, he was cooking noodles. Somebody at least it's small now. So yeah, I felt so bad when I saw him crying in the rain, and I said, Nini, I think the effects were a bit too much, but I couldn't have done anything. I was just there looking like this.
You do. So how was your life changed now? Let me start from there. How was your life changed from before you went into the house?
Friends, I think I'm regular as regular can be, but now coming out and people are like, Nini. I'm still trying to digest it. To digest it is really overwhelming. And I think when people say Nini, I'm probably famsing them more than they're famsing me. Oh my God. I know, because it's a lot to get used to.
It's a lot to get used to. I agree. But so what made you? Who was Nini before BBNaija? Who was Nini before the show started? Before the cameras started rolling?
It's just a young lady who just finished her service during the pandemic. I was about to open our own fashion brand and a physical store, and yeah, Nini likes business, obviously. Never anything about entertainment. In fact, my IG page was very locked. It was on private. And then Nini just decided, you know what? Publicizing your business would be a problem. And it was during Big Brother. First time I said, okay, I'm just going to send a video. I don't have to go queue. And fortunately, I got picked. I did not even believe it. So I had to put everything on hold and got on the show.
What did you think when you were sending the video, just like you explained that you were doing everything you were doing, did you think this is how the whole thing would turn out? Because like you said, you mentioned that it was overwhelming and you're even farming people before they farmed you. Did you think, years before now we've been seeing the Mercies, the Abisolas of this world, see all of them. We all knew how, we all watching them, but now we are watching you. Did you feel like this, did you expect this?
You know what, it was a really fast it was a really fast phase in my life because I had BBN in my previous plans or my future plans. So when it happened, everything was moving so fast. I didn't even really pause to think, girl, do you know what you're going to get yourself in? Obviously, I knew thousands of people wanted this. I knew it would be good for my business. And I don't even like to dwell in negativity. I just move past and think of all the positive things that could come out of it.
Okay. So one question that's been at the back of my own mind is, Nini, you be a Jepako or you be a Jebota?
I be a Jepako. I was born and brought up in Auchi.
In Auchi. You know why I asked that question? I think, I think there was one day I was watching, I can't remember what you guys were doing. And then I think you got in an altercation with somebody. And the next thing you said was, I know they fear you. Even me, I stopped and I went back and you talk now. Now, Nini, I was like, almost see this babe, you go to say this thing. So tell me about your background. You were born in out. So you wrote tire for road, you climbed all those kind of things.
Yeah, I am as Ajekpako can get. I grew up in a small town, Auchi, from a very humble background, and I learned all that. So I am as Ajekpako can get. Forget the face.
As Ajekpako can get, but you see they speak English now.
Yeah. It just happens.
Nini cannot speak Pidgin English. Hey, see Ajekpako.
What?
You can
watch me in the house. Nobody can speak pidgin more than me.
we are speaking pidgin more hear you now. That was the house. You're talking to me now. You're talking to my own audience now. No, they smile.
In
Your
Naija,
smile.
they have put me in the spot. My pidgin will,
Your pidgin will be what?
it will be shy because you have put my pidgin to test. Put it in the spot.
Okay. I get that, man. So, Nini, going into the show and everything, what was going through your mind that first day the doors open and you were like, oh, this is real, though. I'm here now. What was going through your mind?
I was nervous. I didn't know what to expect. Like I said, I didn't even have a proper prep up because I didn't even know how it worked and how the phases were. So when I got in, I was like, okay, we're here. I didn't even go in with a strategy, but you know what? We're just gonna be who we are and not like do it and just be who we are really. And that's what I did. I just went with the flow. I wasn't strategic in even picking my friends. I was just like living it like a regular life.
Regular life. And that's you might. I just heard you say you didn't have a strategy, but in the simplest form, I think that was a strategy as well. You know what? For you to say, whatever happens, I just live my life.
Yeah, because in life, obviously, you have to make rational decisions and logical decisions. So I guess that's a strategy too. Being yourself is a strategy.
It's a strategy too. I was talking about Saga. I saw a video where you met Saga's dad. How was that? Everybody was just like, oh, that's so sweet.
No, that's the thing now. I don't know what to go out there because I was having an interview over there and then they're like, oh, that's Saga came on, like, that's my dad. I'm like, oh, okay, let me go say to Saga dad. And the next thing I say, oh, you're on blogs. I'm like checking, I'm like, wow. Okay, so it was so unconscious and I don't even know whoever took that video. So yeah, I guess I have to do that now.
Yes.
Okay, so to Saga.
Yeah.
Saga is an man being. He was a good friend to me. He cared about me. He would encourage me. He was one of the person that did not even make me miss my family so much because we always had the greatest conversation and the best one. And it was one person I actually connected with in the house, so we could have conversation for hours without me being bored. And it wasn't forced; it was effortless. And I cared about him too. I had his back. He had my back, and it was just friendship. Nothing was forced.
Yeah, you mentioned that he didn't cross the boundary.
Yeah, he did. He never did.
What does that mean? What boundaries are you talking about?
I told, when I got into the house, I didn't even tell Saga directly. I told the entire house, okay, I have a relationship. And he always respected that.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I get you now. But have you seen those videos of when Biggie gave you the task? I said, have you seen the videos when you were given the task where Saga was crying in the rain? Okay,
yes. And you know what? I personally thought Saga handled that better than I would have, because if I was in his shoes, I would have been crying. Did you see all I did? I think, at the point I started telling myself, Nini, don't you think you over-dragged it? Because I wanted to put effects. I spoke to him. I said, oh, you know what? I'm going through a lot. I spoke to Angel, and he thought Nini had left the show because she had a mental breakdown. And he doesn't play with that. And he felt like he triggered it because we had a fight. And for the first time, he raised his voice at me. And when he tried to speak to me about it, I was like, you know what? I'm actually going through a lot. I don't want to talk about it. So I think he felt so guilty about it, that it was his fault. And that because we're really close. And now I left the show because of that. I didn't speak to him. So he thought it triggered it. So he thought it was his fault. And I think he handled it better, because I thought he'd be speaking to the entire housemate and then they would need to console him. But he was just on his own, chopping and being sad. I was even at a point when I saw him eating two mwemwe. I said, this boy, you're eating my mwemwe and your mwemwe. And he said, you're sad. I was looking like this. In the afternoon, carried yam and egg. In the night, he was cooking noodles. If somebody is at least eat small now. You eat my mama and your
Oh my God. Oh wow.
Saga, that's better than I would have even handled it, and better than I thought you would handle it, considering bets I put.
So basically, what you're saying is his Saga crying in the rain now is justified.
Saga crying in the rain, like I said, I just told you why he was so sad. Because he felt guilty, and it was the reason why I had left the show. And I feel like if you're that close to somebody for 9 weeks, and you think you're the reason they have left the show or had a mental breakdown, and considering the KV situation we had, and we all were hot, and we saw how that played, I was particularly sad. So we knew the consequence of what can go wrong. So yeah, I felt so bad when I saw him crying in the rain, and I said, Nini, I think the effects were a bit too much, but I couldn't have done anything. I was just there looking like this.
Looking and saying, so this boy, you had to eat my own mama too.
No, but every time I saw him sad and then he goes to eat, I'll be like, ha.
Make the boy no chop, make he no chop. You know, if you lose 2 times now, you don't go. Make you no chop again.
When I came out, he said, you know, of course I needed to eat to remain sad.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! Okay. So I'd like to ask you this now. How do you respond to those who were saying or who had the opinion that you were leading Saga on? Because when you both were evicted, and from what we could see, we the fans that were watching the show, what we could see, we all thought it was not like a we would day or won't day. That was the situation, in the sense that people expected that okay, a time will come that you guys would probably just be romantic or something. I don't think that ever happened. You understand? But again, people felt like if you didn't have any plans of doing anything with this guy, why did you keep hanging around him? And they were even calling people husband and wife at some point and everything. Do you understand? So how do you respond to that?
Okay, so particularly, so if you don't want to have anything romantic to do with someone, you can't be friends with them. When you know close space like that, the one. Okay.
You've gone again. Oh yeah, you're back now.
In an space like that, the one person you knew you guys had a connection, you people would speak forever, that you knew had your back, and you had his back, you would say, you know what, I don't want to speak to you because I don't want to have anything romantic to do with you, and not as if Saga for once ever asked me for anything romantic. He never said, Nini, I think I want to date you, or Nini, I like you. That question never came up. We both understood each other.
I understand. Sorry, please. Sorry, I'm cutting you short. But don't you think his behavior was implied? Did he have to say it? But it was obvious he liked you now.
Saga has 4 female besties. He knows.
You didn't want anything. Like, you don't want all those.
No, that's my point. Is that I could have been his 5th. He knows how to do the best friend thing. It wasn't a problem for me and him. I gave him equal energy, and I didn't think he was doing stuff out of the ordinary, because I think people saw what they wanted to see. They see when Saga opened a bottle of water for me, but nobody sees that Saga cannot even touch chicken or fish, and I made all his meals in the house. Nobody would see all the time I would trick him and say, Saga, you're saying the wrong thing at this point. Shh, shh. Nobody saw that. I did more than that for him. I did a lot for him, but people just dwelled. Even the housemates, when Saga would just say, Nina, I think you should wear your jacket. Oh, Saga, you're too sweet though. But when I would slave in the kitchen and serve him big food and 4 chickens, nobody would say, Nini, you're such a sweet girl. So it was obviously a give and take friendship. Because if I wasn't giving him the same energy, he couldn't have just been throwing it in the air. He received exactly the same energy from me. And we were good. So, but like I said, people are entitled to their opinion. I'm very opinionated, and I am open to welcome people's opinion. And sometimes we could mean something and people will perceive it in another light. And it's okay, because you can change. people's perspective in life, and I totally understand people felt that way. But for us, it wasn't that.
It wasn't that at all. Okay. I agree, and I appreciate the fact that you've taken the time out to explain the whole situation and everything. So let's digress a little bit now. The show is in its final season. Who do you think is going on with the money, with the remaining 6.5? Who do you think, or who do you want to win?
So my daddy, white money, so I can collect some part of it for shopping. I know when money take care of me, so I need him to win that money so he can come and start showing his doings. Other than that, we have Rose, my Edo sister. So if Lico Rose wins, I would still be happy. He comes home, I'm all in for the get power. So regardless of either of them that wins, I will be happy.
You will be happy. I like that. You're a good sport now. You're a good sport. Even though you start to get many enjoyment from white money, you still put in Lico's name there. So shout out to you. Shout out to you, Nini. So Nini, talk to me. So you can, just go rest and everything. So talk to me about your plans for the future. You've spoken about it at the beginning of your fashion and the fact that you want to have a store. Yes, that is there. But what else? What else should we expect? Are those the only thing you're going to put yourself in, or you are going to fly, expand and do other things? Let us know.
Okay, so obviously, other than my fashion brand and all the stores, I want to scatter everywhere by God's grace. So I've done a couple of modeling shoots, and I intend to do that now professionally. And many other businesses. I guess I am very business oriented, and that's all I'm taking for now because I am new to the entertainment space. So I'm just going to put it out there that I'm ready for anything good that comes to me, because I don't even know so much about entertainment. So I cannot say this. I only, before I got into the house, my friend says, Nini, they do a lot of acting in the house. What do you need to do? Come, let me teach you how to act. I'm like, you have to accept me to be But then when I got into the house, I thought I could actually act. And the housemates would tell me, obviously I don't know about the public opinion, but like the housemates in the house would tell me how great they thought my acting was. And so now I just discovered I could act. So they'll give me roles when we needed to do a task. So I just discovered that part I never even knew existed. So I'm just going to test waters and then be sure of what I want to do. But obviously loads of businesses.
Loads of businesses. We could see Nini the billionaire in the nearest future, right?
Yeah.
I like the fact that you smiled and everything. So please, when you do hit that billion, when you see your bank manager, your account manager tells you that Nini, your net worth is now 1.something billion. Remember that one black gentleman from Legit was the one who prophesied and saw the future.
Yeah. I'm always going to say.
All right, Nini, thank you very much for speaking with me. I really wish you the very best of luck. I appreciate the fact that you took time out, explain this whole thing. And like I said, man, I wish you the very best of luck. Good luck and enjoy. Thank you very much, Nini.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
Bye.